Now updating a developing story in the cases against the officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray. A judge rules Officer William Porter does not have to testify for the prosecution against 3 of his fellow officers. WJZ is live at Courthouse East. WJZ investigator Mike Hellgren has more on this ruling and what it means. Mike?
Mary, the judge said something really interesting on the bench, that he never expected the Court of Special Appeals to get involved the way they did, postponing the Goodson and White trials indefinitely. His ruling today means the trials of 3 officers charged with lesser offenses will go on as scheduled, the first one here on February 22nd. Prosecutors in the Freddie Gray cases took a blow from the judge, who ruled over their objections that he will not force Officer William Porter to testify in the trials of officers Edward Nero, Garrett Miller, and Brian Rice, meaning they'll move forward as planned for now.
I don't think it's anything like a fatal blow. I think there was a skirmish today that took place. The defense won the procedural skirmish, but the trials are going to continue.
Prosecutors admitted Porter was not originally a key witness in those trials. Porter's lawyers called the state's move a bid to hold the officer hostage and get him to perjure himself as he took the stand 5 times. The judge questioned whether it was a ruse so that prosecutors could postpone all of the trials, then retry Porter first, the order they originally demanded before his mistrial and still want today.
The state, like many of us, were not prepared for the appeals court to intervene in the criminal prosecution before a trial was held. So right now I think the prosecutors are going to review this ruling, and we may be hearing more before the next trial.
All of the cases would have been put on hold over the issue of Porter's testimony because whether he's forced to take the stand or can remain silent and plead the Fifth is now being appealed to the state's second highest court, an issue they won't resolve at least until March and could be appealed all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. And at the end there, you saw Sergeant Alicia White entering the courthouse today. The judge said that it was inappropriate for her not to be in court and represented when he originally ruled that Officer Porter should be compelled to testify in her case. And that is, of course, the big issue that is now before the appeals court. Live at Courthouse East, Mike Hellgren, WJZ Eyewitness News.
Mike, thank you. And stay with WJZ for complete coverage of the Freddie Gray case, the latest rulings, court appearances, and trials.